Hey everybody, this is D Hunter, bringing another action figure review. Today, we're going to look at the McFarlane DC Multiverse Batman The Dark Knight Returns Armored Batman Patina Edition. I ordered this from the McFarlane Toys Store, so let's take a look at the packaging. As you can see at the top, it's a gold label collection. Gold label simply means it's a retailer exclusive. Whether it be Target or Walmart, this particular gold label is a McFarlane Toys Store exclusive. DC, the Batman logo, and it's not the right one for The Dark Knight Returns, but whatever. Armored Batman, Batman The Dark Knight Returns, Patina Edition. McFarlane Toy Store exclusive, limited to 6,200 pieces. Here's the front. Side, Armored Batman, Dark Knight Returns. Other side is pretty blank. At the back, here's a big, bulky Armored Batman in worn patina style. At the bottom, there's the barcode if that helps anybody. This is one of McFarlane's deluxe figures. Remove the outer sleeve to expose the figure. Looking pretty damn cool. So with no further ado, let's open him up. And of course, I did get two of these figures, one of which to open and enjoy, the other one to keep unopened in my complete Batman-related unopened action figure collection. And here's a look at this new Dark Knight Returns Armored Batman next to the other three variations. We have the one for the 2-pack, the patina version, the black version, and the blue version. All four have differences. Alright, now that this figure out of the package, here he is with all his accessories laid out. He doesn't come with any traditional accessories, but we have a display stand, a collector's card, display stand for the collector's card, and then two alternate hands totaling 4 interchangeable hands. Before we take a look at all that, let's talk about and check out the figure. So this is Batman from The Dark Knight Returns. He's in his infamous armored suit he used to fight Superman. One of the first times you ever saw Batman take on Superman and actually come out on top. But not only that, this is the patina variant. Patina basically means old, worn metal. It's weathered. It looks like this thing's been at the bottom of the ocean for 10 years or so, and it honestly looks really cool. It's armored Batman, but sort of done with a McFarlane twist, kind of stylized. Not an exact translation from the comics, but I like what they came up with. I always thought it kind of looked like a hybrid between the Batfleck from Batman vs Superman armor and then the Dark Knight Returns version. The patina version looks great. Some of the patina figures are a little weaker than others. This is definitely on the stronger side of things. So let's take a look. Starting with his face here, you have a very blocky helmet, which is signature of the Dark Knight Returns. Now the only sort of problem I have with this guy is we have the human mouth there, and it's also done with the patina metal paint job. That's just a little weird because it's an actual face. It makes the guy look like a statue, and I can kind of work with that. But you can see the gold and the different blues there, all mixed in. The paint job is just exquisite. And you can see a lot of the sculpting details on this thing. Big barrel-shaped torso. You can see the actual suit underneath there. It's textured with all the different armor plates on top. Looks really nice. This might be the best patina figure they've done so far. But I'll make that determination when I compare it to the others. It is single-jointed elbow, double jointed knees, fins off the boots, fins off the gloves, textured sort of Kevlar type material with armor plates on top. You can see that texturing all over the figure. And then we have his cape, which is also fantastically textured. It looks really, really sharp. As a whole, I'm really happy with what I'm looking at. It looks great. And a closer look at his face and head sculpt. Big blocky helmet. Those triangle eyes, signature to the Dark Knight Returns. And then here's the figure, broken down as far as he can go with all of his removable parts detached. Now let's check out his accessories, starting off with the boring stuff. Here's his display stand. Typical McFarlane display stand we've seen a million times before. Well, the difference is this one is done in the sort of gold patina paint job. If you look hard enough, you can kind of see where it would say DC at the bottom. It's very thin, very basic. Here's his collector's card. As you can see, it's an image of this Dark Knight Returns Armored Batman with the patina paint job. Patina Edition, Armored Batman. On the back, there is a certificate of authenticity. This is number 562 out of 6,200. Here's his collector's card. Next to the collector's cards for the other three versions of the Dark Knight Returns Armored Batman figures. Yes, this is the fourth different one. and doesn't do much for me, but if you want to display the collector's card next to your figure, you have a stand to do so. Now let's look at his hands. He has a total of 4 of them, 2 left hands and 2 right hands. Here he is, with his first pair of hands. His right hand is a gripping hand with a trigger finger, his left hand is a fist, and here's his other pair of hands. This is a pair of gripping hands. Now I'm going to check out the differences and similarities between this Patina Armored Batman and the regular comic release. Now this very specifically is a paint variant of this Batman. This was the 3rd armored one they made. This is one that had the triangles for the eyes, and was based off the Dark Knight Returns comics. The other ones seem to be sort of loosely based off them, and taking a lot of McFarlane stylized sort of interpretation. So let's take a look. Beyond the obvious paint differences, it's 100% the same figure, same sculpt, same articulation. Start with the head here. Like I said, those triangle eyes, definitely the same on this guy. Big barrel torso. I've seen people refer to this as Turtle Shell Batman, and I can totally see why. You can see the texture on the suit underneath the armor plates. Very well done. Large codpiece, utility belt, and then more armor on top of the Kevlar type suit underneath. Cleated boots. They both look really cool, but if I had to pick just one, it would be this one. But they did an excellent job for what they're going for with the Patina variant. That now gives us 4 different Batman figures utilizing the same base body. This is the Dark Knight Returns Armored Batman, but a little bit switched up with the McFarlane style. You can see the first 2 releases, the head was considerably different. Didn't have the triangle eyes, a lot of lines sculpted through the helmet. Kind of gave me Batfleck vibes. They're all really nice figures. The first one was this black one. Then they made the blue variant. Then they made the more accurate head sculpt with the blue variant from the Dark Knight Returns Batman vs Superman 2-pack. And now the Patina variant. Now that we've taken a pretty good look at the figure and his accessories, let's check out his height. And he's pretty much on the tall side of things, but he's in a big, bulky armored suit, so it makes sense. From bottom to the top of his head, standing about 7.7 inches tall, which could translate to 19.5 centimeters. If you go to the top of the ears, about 7.8 inches tall. And for his articulation, starting with his head, of course, you can rotate side to side. You can look up and down a very good amount. You can tilt his head at least a little bit from side to side. Shoulders on a ball joint, they go out not that much. The shoulder pads are soft, they can kind of sort of go above, but you're not going to give him to go much higher than this. If you do, you'll just pop the arm right out. Up, down, around. He does not have, well, I guess he does have the butterfly ring. It's way deep inside of there. Covers up the gap, although not really needed. I don't think there's a bicep cut. No, there is. You just barely get anything out of it. A single jointed elbow with rotation. His wrist can rotate. It has a hinge, but everything's so bulky here it doesn't really do anything. Torso is one solid piece. Ball joint the waist, rotate around, forward and back. Legs, they only go out about this far. The armor pieces are really obstructing that. McFarlane style hip joints. Rotation is very good on him. Legs go forward, not very much. Back, not much at all. Double jointed knees, they go back that far. And then his ankle. Forward and back. Rotate, tilt, rock. And of course, we have the toe articulation. Love those cleated boots. Here's a look at all 4 of these Dark Knight Returns Armored Batman figures. Really solid releases. Here's Batman lighting up the bat signal, taunting Superman. Now let's switch to a different setting. Here's a city diorama set up, and Batman is confronting Superman. Batman gets right into his face. He's not going to stand down to Superman. The first thing Batman does, pulls out a sonic gun, shoots it towards Superman. Of course that has little effect on Superman. Batman then grabs the light pole behind him and sends the electric current straight to Superman. At this point, Superman's had enough. He comes out to Batman and rips his helmet off. Batman knows he can't beat Superman in a physical fight. He brings his boy Oliver Queen to get some revenge against Superman. Oliver Queen points that kryptonite arrow right towards Superman. This has been a long time coming for him. Superman, with his heightened reflexes, catches the kryptonite arrow. But it's not enough. It disperses kryptonite all over him. Batman then gets the upper hand, starts beating on Superman. He tells him, "I want you to remember, Clark, in all the years to come, in your most private moments, I want you to remember my hand at your throat. I want you to remember the one man who beat you. The time has come. You know it in your soul." And then Batman proceeds to have a heart attack, collapses, and Superman's looking over him with regret. Now let's check him out. Next is some other action figures, starting off with some of the McFarlane Patina variants. Here he is, next to the first Patina variant. This is Superman in his Unchained armor. They seem to do the armored figures a lot, which makes sense because armor is made of metal, and metal wears and then has that patina look to it. The second one they made was Superboy Prime, and in my opinion this is the worst patina variant, as he has a completely open head, and it just doesn't look right. If he had a helmet or something, it would look a lot better. This does look like it could be a statue of Superman, or Superboy Prime. Then they made Merciless from Dark Knight's Metal. I think this one came out pretty cool. And the most recent release is the Kingdom Come Armored Batman. I think this one has a really cool patina look to it as well. Very different from the Dark Knight Returns Armored, but also very cool. Here's the entire collection of McFarlane DC Multiverse Patina figures. Superboy Prime, Merciless, Armored Batman, another Armored Batman, and then Armored Superman. I don't know what's upcoming in the Patina subline, but I really hope they do Batman in his helmet armor and the Justice Buster. I think those would come out really cool. Now let's check them out. Next is some other The Dark Knight Returns Armored Batman figures. Here are all 4 different variations that McFarlane offers. And here he is, next to the Mattel releases. The one on the far left is the standard release. The all-black one is a cover variant from a 2-pack. And the one on the far right is a head swap with the Old Man Bruce Wayne head. Then, next to the Mafex versions, the one on the left is the standard Mafex one, and the all-black one is the cover variant, and it's a Medicom exclusive. Now let's check them out. Next is some other McFarlane DC Multiverse Batman The Dark Knight Returns figures. Here are all 4 of their armored variations. And here he is, next to the regular Batman figures from The Dark Knight Returns. There are actually 2 more of these that are out right now, part of the Collector's Edition Wave 7. Mine actually just shipped from McFarlane today, but that's going to give me the regular one. And there's also a Platinum Chase variant that I'm on the hunt for. We have the Build-A-Figure standard black and gray version, the Platinum Chase unpainted version, and the Jokerized version. And now, next to McFarlane's Carrie Kelly, both the regular and the Platinum Chase. And here, next to that ugly, swole Superman for the Dark Knight Returns, which is very accurate to the art. And then, next to the Dark Knight Returns Joker, in his infamous white suit. And here, next to the Dark Knight Returns collective build, a horse. Batman rode this in the final chapter of the book. Here's McFarlane's entire Batman The Dark Knight Returns collection. They've covered most of the main characters. The biggest glaring omission is going to be the Mutant Leader. I was expected them to do a blue and gray Batman versus Mutant Leader 2-pack. But doesn't seem like it's ever going to happen. Hopefully they'll give us a Mutant Leader one way or the other. Now let's check him out. Next is some other recently released McFarlane DC Multiverse figures. Here he is, next to a couple more exclusives. We have the GameStop exclusive DC Rebirth Deathstroke Frostbite Edition, and the San Diego Comic-Con exclusive Superman Centennial Park Tribute Statue. Here's this armored Batman, next to the Batman Forever wave. Robin, Batman, the Riddler, and Two-Face collective build a Nightmare Bat. And here he is, next to the most recent Platinum wave. Bullseye Batman, Hugo Strange's Batman, Bat Begins Lucius Fox, and the Flash movie Batfleck. Then, next to the most recent Batman wave, both the regular and Platinum Chase variants of the Batman Reborn Dick Grayson Batman, the Adam West Batman, and the world's finest Batman Superman Fusion. And now, with the Collector's Edition Wave 6, Red Hood, Clock King, Ragman, and both the regular and Platinum versions of Agent Liberty. Now all 4 of these figures have Platinum Chase variants out there. I'm on the hunt for Red Hood, Clock King, and Ragman. If anybody out there knows where I might be able to get one for a reasonable price, or can possibly help me out, please drop me a line in the comments below. It is much appreciated. I believe they're hitting GameStops all over the US right now. In addition to that, Wave 7 is coming out, and I'm going to hunt for those Platinums too. Here's this Batman, next to the Walmart exclusive Gold Label Vampire Shazam and Max Mercury. And here he is, next to the DC Classics Darkseid Mega Figure. Then, with the DC Rebirth Tim Drake Robin, and both the Platinum and regular versions of the Cyborg Superman. And now, with the previous Platinum Wave, Sportsmaster, New 52 Reverse Flash, and Manhunter. And finally, next to the second digital wave, Green Arrow, Superman, and the Atom. Now let's check them out. Next to some action figures from different various companies. so we can see how he fits in, both scale and style-wise, in case you know which lines you can mix him with. Since he's a McFarlane toy, they're typically the 7-inch scale. I'm going to start my comparisons with some of the larger action figure lines I collect, and work way smaller, and I'm going to include as many Batman figures as I can during these comparisons. Here he is, next to several different McFarlane DC Multiverse Batman figures, and now with some Jack-specific wrestling figures, and some Diamond Select toys. Here's this Batman, next to a chocolate chip cookie, and here he is, next to some DC Direct and NECA Batman figures. Then, with both some Mattel and Jazzwares wrestling figures, and now with some Mezco and Mattel Batman figures. Next, with some Mafex and Hasbro Marvel Legends, and finally, with some SH Figure Arts and Jazzwares Fortnite figures. So overall, this is a really cool armored Batman from The Dark Knight Returns. Now, my biggest complaint about him, it's not very practical. This is a patina version. It looks like an old, worn suit that has been at the bottom of the ocean for many, many years, or has just been decaying in the Batcave and somebody found it 1,000 years later. But it looks really cool at the same time. The effect they're going for, the patina, they just nailed it, knocked it out of the park. Here's Articulation. It's definitely dated. This figure was from, I think, 2021, the original one. Big and bulky. You don't need to be super articulated. His movement was quite limited in both The Dark Knight Returns and Batman vs Superman because of the big, bulky armored suit. I like the texturing. I love the paint job. The accessories are non-existent. If I were to rate this figure, probably a 7 out of 10. Now I think, well, he's not very practical, bump him down to a 6, but he just looks awesome. Bump him right back up to that 7. So this is D Hunter. Thank you guys for watching this video. If you liked the video, press like below. If you have anything you want to say about the video, add to the comment section. If you want to see additional action figure reviews from me, press subscribe. I do appreciate when you do that. Once again, this is D Hunter. Thank you guys for watching this video, and I'll talk to you real soon.